I think he can hear you, Ray.
Don't move. It won't hurt you.
I feel the need for speed. Ow! So together we're the Three Amigos.
Right here. Stop.
What happened? Are you okay?
He's slimy.
It's getting hot in here. Is it just me?
No, go past this. Past this part. In fact, never play this again.
Hey everyone, welcome to Monday night after the weekend, and we are here to talk about a musical.
My first ever.
Is it the first ever musical?
I don't think we've done any other musicals on here. I mean, the closest you could say would be
Well,
UHF.
Since we're doing a musical, this also might be my last show, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, JT's
Couldn't
fed
handle
up with Beard.
Well, how was your weekend or two?
Quiet. Didn't really do a whole lot.
Okay.
How was your
Beard?
weekend, JT?
I mowed and yard work. I was doing what Beard does on a daily basis. Is pretty much what I did.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So, what did you do, Beard?
Well, I did mowing throughout the week and then injured my foot and spent the weekend laying in bed with it propped up, just hoping the swelling would go down so I could do more work and injure it again this week.
Well, how did you hurt your foot?
It's a recurring thing. It's like tendonitis, the tendons that go over the top of my foot to my toes. Every now and then they
Okay.
just decide they hate me and want to throw a protest.
I get it. I get that. All right. Well, I'm glad you're feeling
All I
better.
heard was below the waist, Beard is swollen.
I mean, technically,
Wow.
this is not Weekend Hard. This is after the weekend. We gotta be,
Oh, yeah,
gotta
that's
be
right.
nice.
Sorry.
It's okay.
We haven't done a
Um,
show in a while. That's been building up.
Well, it's been we haven't done a weekend hard in a while. Our schedule's been kind of weird, but we are tonight live talking about Little Shop of Horrors. Horrors.
Whoers?
How many times are we gonna get that wrong tonight?
I am so excited about Star Wars.
It's
I mean-
horrors. Wait, no, that's not better.
Horrors. It's horrors. There we go. First we gotta say hi to Kat. She said she can't hang out long, but I'll be headed to the airport. You can listen to us while you're waiting, but thanks for stopping by. And then we have Miss R2 saying hello. Now,
So,
you said you showed this to little Spidey, and he said he liked it.
he did. He liked it. I know he enjoyed the music a lot. There were a few things he was like, I don't get what's going on, but
Yeah.
some of
was
those
it
I was
the,
like, yeah, don't worry about it.
like,
Why is Bill
so-
Murray making those faces?
yeah, was he like,
Candy bar.
yeah. Now, did Miss R2 is her first time watching it at all? Or did you
Oh
watch
no,
it?
she's seen it a bunch.
Okay. And then we have Aaron saying howdy.
Hey, Aaron.
I
So-
feel bad, but this is Biggles. He loves this movie. It's like one of his favorites.
That's
Should have invited you, man. I'm sorry. But it's okay. At least you're here. And who else we got here? Okay, cool. Now, was this a first watch for you, Beard? Because we always ask this question.
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody
This was
told
a-
me it was a musical.
Yeah. This was a first watch
hey,
for
Beard.
me.
It's a musical.
Oh, thank you.
This was a first watch for me as an adult. I remember watching it as a kid when I was a little kid, probably little Spidey's age. And Again, I'm not a fan of musicals, so unfortunately, I am not a fan of this movie.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow.
So I was hesitating telling you in the back because I didn't want you to like kick me off stream.
I was
But,
just say no. That's funny because you kind of suggested this, and I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, I haven't seen this in a while. That'd be great because
I suggested it because of the fact that it was a solar eclipse.
yeah. Do you remember that total eclipse of the sun about a week ago?
Yeah.
I watched this movie a crap ton as a kid.
Well, here's the thing. Let me explain myself. I liked it as a kid with my mom. I thought it was funny. There was like this plant eating people. But when I watched it as an adult, like I said, it's the first time I've watched it as an adult. I don't like it. So maybe when I suggested it, I liked it. But
Okay. Now I got a question for you. Did you watch this with your wife?
no,
Oh, okay.
she does not like this movie.
She doesn't. Okay. Wow.
Oh no. No.
You know, I think R2 might have an uphill battle here. There we go. I got it.
Horrors.
Musicals are at best a hard sell with me, and I like almost none of them. It's not that I hate this. I didn't dislike it. I appreciate it. I found a lot of it funny. I think I just would have liked it better as a non-musical horror comedy.
Me too. I actually forgot it was a musical.
I'm not a big musical fan. I mean, this is like to me, this is like the equivalent of like watching like, you know, a Disney film as a kid, because a lot of Disney films are musicals, right? Yeah, we're all having strokes.
Yeah.
But there's a black and white film. The original is a Roger Corman film. That's not a musical. And then I'm just going to go to the next slide here on the credits. But Howard Ashman, who wrote this, wrote 6 years prior a off-Broadway play for it. And it was a big hit, and then it went to London. And so he wrote it as the black and white film as a musical.
Okay.
And so that's where this all came about.
Well, yeah, because I saw in the credits it said this is based on the Broadway play, which is based on the book or something like that.
Okay, so there was a book that wasn't a musical, and there was a original movie that wasn't a musical, and then they turned it into a musical.
I mean, if nothing else, this has got me interested in reading the book and seeing the black and white film.
And I was going to say, some of the early 90s Disney films, Howard Ashman had actually worked on those with the songs. So as well, there's a Disney connection there, along with a Muppet connection with Frank Oz.
That's the thing. I like Frank Oz. I like some of the stuff he does. I like Rick here. I like some of the people in this movie. It's almost like they took all the ingredients that I like and they made something that I don't.
Wait. You like that Rick or you like this Rick?
Neither tonight.
Oh, okay.
No, I get that. And there's something weird, like maybe it's a disconnect just in my brain that animated musicals like Disney films, like I'm totally okay with. It's when I'm seeing the more real humans you have in there, the more it kind of pulls me out of it.
Yeah.
So like when you got a Muppet movie where like mostly you're dealing with Muppets, but there's like maybe one or two humans in scene within, like the ratio of not real characters to human characters kind of balance itself out. Then that's kind of more something that can work in my head. This, I don't know. And like the was it Gerard Butler, Phantom of the Opera, an old girlfriend made me watch. Could not get behind that. But,
was it so and so?
No.
Okay, different one.
God, I thought we were just gonna go with so and so. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I don't hate this. I definitely appreciate it. I think I would have liked it better if I'd seen it as a kid. And at least some of the stuff that I think I've seen previously on the animatronics of Audrey 2 is fascinating and is
I can't wait to talk
better
about
than
that.
it should have done at that time. But we'll get to it.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that because there are parts that I was like, okay, this is impressive. But I have issues with the movie. So we're gonna move on. Rick is on mute now. We're gonna move on. Okay, so we're gonna do the. Oh, we're already doing the numbers. See, now he goes away, and I'm all.
He leaves you right at the transition.
11, 92, 12.
All right, so we're gonna do the numbers. He has to run away.
Sorry, I had my dog up here because he was dying to come up here, and then now he was crying.
Oh, don't you hate that?
I know. Dang
Okay.
dog.
Well, we're now in the numbers.
Okay.
So, because I clicked the slide next, I didn't know it was the numbers next.
It's the numbers next.
Okay. So this was filmed in October 1985, and then between June of 1986.
And this was filmed in England at Pinewood Studios.
Okay.
And I'm kind of giving away some trivia for later, but this was filmed on the biggest soundstage that they had at the time. They called it the 007 set.
Oh, okay.
So, just to kind of give you guys a hint.
It came out in 1986 around Christmas.
Yep.
So a lot of people go see the movies around Christmas, so I'm sure it made a good amount of money. As far as budget, there, like you said, Beard, there was quite a bit of really nice. I think there was really nice, like, effects. Like, I thought the plan itself was cool. The sets were neat. How they
the
were
sets
done.
had a nice like stage play crossover.
Yeah, because it took place in
itself to the musical.
I think it took place in the 60s or 50s or something. And was it the 50s or 60s?
It's in the 50s. Or
Okay,
no, I take it back. It's beginning of the 60s.
Okay, so you got that feeling like from the movie in dirty New York. What was the Skid Row?
Yeah,
so they did really well with all the sets and stuff like that, and I think they did well with like the special effects. So I'm guessing that adds to the budget.
Yeah, I was gonna say after rewatching this again, I mean, the Audrey 2 puppet was
cool,
super impressive. I mean, for its time.
Yeah, it was impressive. I would say it was impressive,
especially more so as a more like comedic though type puppet, but not like silly though too. I mean, right? It's not like a Muppet. It's not like Fonzie Bear or Cookie Monster, right? I mean, there was a lot of seriousness in it.
I think. I mean, Frank Oz, didn't he help work on a few other movies with big puppets?
Oh yeah,
like was he on Dark Crystal?
Yeah, him and Jim Henson did that together. Well, I mean, probably the biggest thing that he's ever done was, I mean, he's Yoda.
He is he is Yoda.
Yeah, like he worked the Yoda puppet.
You sure?
And voiced him. That's why Yoda is a cross. Yoda is the child of Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy.
He is. You're right. All right. So what are you going to say, Beard? I'm going to say for a budget, this is in the 80s. I'm going to say probably 50 million. And then
50 million?
50.
Okay.
50.
I was thinking
people
a little
in the
bit less
chat.
than that.
Throw your guesses in there.
And I'm gonna go. They probably made 100 million.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking a little bit less than that, like 40 million budget and maybe like, I guess close to 100. I was thinking like maybe 90 million box office. Now, Kat made a comment in the chat, which I already kind of made my guesses. I'm not going to let that influence me because I also don't know how much that movie made, so it can't influence me.
Okay. Anyone else want to make a guess? Here, let's see. Anybody? Bueller. We need like that clip. We need like a Bueller for like this moment. You know.
Layer that with the Jeopardy. Oh wait, you can't do that. You'll get flagged.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Whatever.
we'll go on.
No one's participating.
I know. Cats on a plane. What can we do? So the budget was 25 million.
Oh wow, okay.
But today's dollars,
was way off.
That's 72 million. Well, you were right in the middle.
That's what she said. Michael.
Grow up.
That comes up. R2, it cuts off your face. I just see this go. Your face go. Just,
That's the cap dance of our channel. That's what that's become.
See, I was debating going like 40 or like 20 for the budget. Now I decided to go high because, I mean, there's a lot of people in here. Most of them are kind of cameo roles, but
they made good
they
money.
weren't small names, so that would up the budget a little bit.
Now, yeah. I mean, I don't know what marketing was, for this, but it made 39 million, which is 111 million. So, I mean, it made money, but it didn't make a ton of money. This was something that I think more found its feet on home video than the theater.
I would say that. I remember my mom rented a lot from Blockbuster, so I don't know if she actually went in the theater and saw it, but I know she rented it.
I kind of based my box office return on how many people I know that have seen this and loved it, told me I should see it. But I guess they probably rented it more than they ever saw it in the theater as well.
Yeah, well, I didn't see it in the theater. It was all rental for me.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, just my mom was renting it.
But the budget will come to play into trivia. You guys are going to be shocked with that.
Let me guess. Bill Murray was half the budget.
He was 20 million of the budget, actually.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what I thought.
But there is the cast of the film.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
like you were saying. I mean, it's all the kind of the cameos that show up is pretty good.
I mean, it's a solid cast, and that's what I was saying in the beginning of their video here. Our stream was, it's like they had a lot of good ingredients for me, and I like a lot of these people, but together, I just didn't like where it went.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, it's weird to think though of like Rick Moranis singing. I mean, he sang good, but like he never did it again.
Like him. I wanted to punch him in the face like every time.
To me, it was
give
like
him credit. He seemed to be able to carry a tune.
I was gonna say, like, to me, like this was like that must have been like Louis Tully's dad, from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's just so good. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah,
see, even in this, all I could think of was like, man, Rick Moranis is a treasure. I understand why he retired to like be with his family and take care of his kids and like raise them. I was like, I get that, man. I wish he'd like stuck around a little bit.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah,
I mean, he's great. And I do like. I always loved Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which we should probably review that as well. But I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of him in this movie.
Ellen Green, who's Audrey, she was actually in the first two productions of the stage play.
Okay, and
so she was the only one from the play that transitioned to the film.
I didn't care for her either. Her voice was like chalk.
Yeah. No. I mean, I agree. I mean, on that, I didn't dislike her, but just the voice. It's like, ugh, like just nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, it was. Cyndi Lauper was supposed to play her. That would have been better. I probably would have liked that better. Cyndi Lauper in the 80s she was a big hit, so she probably cost too much.
She could have done it.
I did like the plant. I thought the plant was funny.
Audrey too. That was done by Levi Stubbs from the Four Tops.
Yeah.
And I just think of, though, like when you first hear him talk and just how much character carried over in the puppet.
Yeah, the puppet was awesome. I think that's one of the few
Worked
things that I
so
liked about
well.
was the puppet. Yeah.
And then not only that, I was gonna say you have the three street urchins who are the Greek chorus of the film.
Yeah, they did good.
I think they were really good. I mean, right? They kind of go on the journey with you of the story.
Yeah, I always liked the one that was always kind of in the middle. We talked about her in backstage, Tisha Campbell.
Yeah, Tisha Campbell,
the one from Martin show. She was always fun. You can tell she had a good time doing this. I didn't mind him.
But the other one that is right above her in the picture there, to China Arnold, she was on Martin too, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was her friend. Yeah.
Yep. And they've done a bunch of stuff, and then Steve Martin. I mean, seeing him without gray hair is always funny, but him as the abusive boyfriend is an interesting take for him.
His character was way over the top. Like,
I was about to say, he was like going full Saturday Night Live guest spot.
it very much was. But as a kid, though, that whole introduction to him, me, my sister, and my cousin just cracked up the entire time.
I mean, there were things I really genuinely laughed at and thought was funny, but also then I was like, okay, all right, you're chewing the scenery way too much out. You're not going to leave any scenery. Leave the scene. All right, there we go.
He was just like, he was like way over the top. He was like, over.
I mean, from the ground up, and I will give it this credit, from the set designs looking, especially the backgrounds looking very stage play, to some of the over the top acting, which is designed for the people on the cheap seats to still be able to see it. You can tell that this is very, very, very much pulling not only the story and the music, but some of the characterizations from the stage play.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know, man.
I'll say it was weird to see Steve Martin die in a film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He went out doing what he loved. Laughing.
I'm not going to play it.
You're not going to play it? Oh, I thought for sure you were going to play it for this.
Did I ever tell you about the day that Steve Martin died?
Steve Martin's not dead, Mike.
I know.
You should have saved it for like 5 minutes and interrupted.
He's not normally a bad guy either. Maybe that's why I didn't like his character.
No, I mean, yeah. It was definitely right out of character, but I think that's why he hammed it up so much, right? That's not...
I guess, but it
that's
was like
not what he normally does.
Degenerate Elvis. And it was just way off.
Well, he's in it so little, too. I mean, if you think about it, he's in it for 3 scenes.
Boy, I thought I was going to go into this being the negative one.
Good. Yeah.
I do want to point out down there in the bottom middle, Christopher Guest as the first customer.
Yeah, that guy was funny.
That image you chose right there looks exactly like that meme of press X to doubt guy from that video game back in the day.
L.A. Noir. Yeah. He was fun. That little scene was kind of funny.
My, what an unusual plant you have there.
Yeah, and then you got Bill Murray with what was his deal? Like he wanted to go to the dentist to get pain.
So that character, it comes from the original film, and it was played by Jack Nicholson, who is it's I was gonna say, what is it? I forget which one is which, but sadist or masochist. So
he just likes pain.
He likes pain is what it is. And the same thing, like he showed up and essentially they just gave like a setting, but all his dialogue was ad-libbed. That was just him. But like he's hilarious because he like comes in, he's got his own bib and he's putting the cotton in on his own, just like talking about his life.
Okay, Kat says it's a musical. Look at Rocky Horror, Grease. Yeah, but I liked Grease and I didn't mind Labyrinth. This one just, I don't know.
I didn't want to talk over you. That's why I put it in the chat. But yeah, a certain degree of over the top is part of the musical process. I get that.
And Labyrinth, I remember Labyrinth. That was good.
I
but you know what? I like that as a kid. I haven't watched it as an adult. So
You're just bumping yourself down further the more
DT has
negative you are.
the biggest amount of hate. Let's put him on the bottom since Beard is indifferent, and I liked it.
Hey,
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
lean up here.
I watched Labyrinth when I was a kid. If I watched it now as an adult, I don't know if I'll like it. And same with Grease. I watched it as a kid and I liked it, but if I watch it
I've
now,
never
I might
seen
not.
Grease.
Okay, well,
See, I
maybe
think I
you
was in
like
high
it.
school the first time I saw Labyrinth, and it was because a girlfriend wanted me to watch it again. Something kind of like that. No, not that one.
Okay.
And see, that one doesn't bother me nearly as much because, like I said, the ratio of puppets to actual humans is leaning way heavily towards the puppets. So my brain just kind of goes, "Oh yeah, this is fine." I don't know why, but that's how my brain works.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I don't think I would like Grease if I watched it today. I mean,
you probably won't.
Just knowing me, and like I'll give you an example. Mrs. R2 likes what is it? Glee. She'll always go back and rewatch Glee, and I see that and I'm like, God, all those kids just drive me up the wall.
Were you a fan of High School Musical?
No, I never watched that. I have no interest in watching that. Like I said, I think just the fact that I watched this so much as a kid is why.
Yeah,
I
mean,
it.
you're allowed to like this movie.
And but I agree. If I probably watched it today, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much.
That's kind of like something I've touched on before with movies that I haven't seen that y'all have as when you were younger kids. Is
right.
I can appreciate like Ferris Bueller. I know people hate me because I'm just kind of like, it's okay, but I can see the value in if you had seen it when you're kind of that age group where that you were kind of going through the same thing and that really meaning something to you. So I can definitely see movies kind of like Little Shop of Horrors, being something that a kid really latched onto. And still, it's entertaining enough that the parents could probably laugh along with it while they're sitting there with it.
Rick has a lot of nostalgia for this movie.
Well, like I mean, like another thing too, where I know why I like it so much. Like this was a movie that, like, I remember my mom showing it to me, and there's a lot of stuff that I think of that like she would pick out for me at the video store, and a lot of times I'm like, what is this? And then I'd watch it and I'd be like, that was great. And so there's a lot of this nostalgia with that. I was gonna say John Candy. I loved his character.
He was funny.
It was such a short moment, but he was actually he was the original choice for Mr. Mushnick, and
that guy was funny.
He just didn't want to play that big of a role, but then later came back to Frank Oz and said, I do want to be in the movie though. What else can I do? Can I just play a smaller part? And so he had him play
I think
Wink.
that's good because I think he probably would have played that role a little bit too comedically.
Yeah, I think it would have been tough. I mean, well, not only that though, but like the age difference, works a lot better. Where I feel like,
and he was better as the radio guy, anyways.
Yeah.
You know what, Rick? You need to get a little piano for our YouTube channel
and a bell.
You just smack it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a harp.
The closest I got is this 3D printed cowbell gun.
That's horrible. Okay, moving on. Here's the Singers, which I thought they were great. I did like them. I thought they were fun. They were fun. I liked all their different outfits and the way they changed and kind of like they helped you transition the movie. I thought that was good.
Yeah. And I was gonna say I think my favorite part with them though is when he's telling the original story of how he found the plant.
Do you know like the story by heart?
Well, you remember that total eclipse of the sun about a week ago?
Put some more heart into it. Come on.
I like the second time somebody asks him about it, he starts into it and it just cuts to the next scene.
Yeah.
Yep.
But one unique thing I guess they wanted to have when they were going to appear, they were going to have a spotlight on them, and it lit everything else going on that they didn't want to have lit up. But the kind of one unique thing is if it's raining, it doesn't rain on them.
Okay.
Where everybody else is being rained on, so
it doesn't rain on the Singers.
Doesn't rain on the Singers, but it rains on everything else and everyone else.
I wonder how they filmed that.
very carefully.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a dad answer, and I'm
I
the
mean,
only guy here who's not a dad.
I was gonna say too, like another like impressive thing though is the that opening song, and just the cacophony of everybody just walking along and how that's all choreographed as well. Where
there was some good moments. There was some good things. Like, hats off, they did some excellent stuff. So I just didn't like the story.
I know it's small,
We'll
it's
get to
jumping
it.
right to the end, but I like that towards the end. I don't know. I have to think it was intentional when they kind of come walking up in front of the American flag from like behind, like being lifted up onto this set, kind of like a George C. Scott as Patton?
Yeah. Nowadays that would be another flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see that in a movie today, now would you?
No.
He also wouldn't get
did
away with his tale about how he got the plant in that picture right there in the top right corner.
Probably not. But no, it was a good. They were good singers. So
yeah,
I'm glad they got the roles. They were really good together. You know what? If they actually did a movie together by themselves, like they did a biopic of a band that was like that, they probably would have done really well. So.
Well, and credit to you, Rick. I didn't put together the classical Greek trope of the Greek chorus, but that's exactly what they are.
Yeah,
they're sirens, is what you said.
No, the Greek chorus would like kind of stand up, and they didn't actually sing. They would kind of like monologue part of the story, kind of like when
they did that in Hercules.
Changing around. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's basically
they were sirens in Hercules.
Like I said, they're kind of experiencing what's going on with you, and same thing, right there. You see what's going on, but they're singing to you what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, okay, this is like the different transitions, which.
Yeah, there was one other one. When he finds it at the flower shop in
very
Chinatown,
tiny.
It's very tiny, but it was tough to find a good picture.
And at first, it was sucking on his finger for blood, right?
Yeah. He accidentally sticks his finger on some roses, and it like.
And he's a florist.
Right?
Yeah.
Florist.
He seems to be a little bit more than just your average florist, because like he seems to know more about species and such.
So what is that, like what is a plant?
Botanist.
Botanist.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if he actually is, but he's got research books and things that he looks up because he can't identify Audrey II.
Well, you would call him like an amateur botanist, right? Instead of typical.
She's a Venus flytrap, if you think about it.
Yeah, and he even brings
from Venus, maybe.
Yeah, he even brings that fact up. But it's, and that's kind of the other thing too, right? The flower shop is a failing flower shop. It's on Skid Row, part of town, and
there's no way this plant would come from space. It would be frozen and burned up.
Well, it's not what the song says.
It came down in a laser.
It would still be on fire. This thing would be dead.
It's an alien.
Okay.
Still
would be dead. No ship.
He's just gonna walk away.
I did not expect JT to like make me defend this film.
The tree touched me.
See, Tom knows. He knows to watch out for the plants.
He does.
Tom's got a little Seymour going on.
I mean, it would make sense if it came down in like a pod or something. It just came down in its little plant.
It's a movie, man.
So
it's movie magic. That's how it got here.
Just everything they do is magic.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But and you kind of tell that he's trying. Like one, he likes unique plants. He would probably like to display more of them, but he's too afraid to speak up to his boss. And and it's not until Audrey speaks up for him, who he has a crush on.
Yeah, and then all the people show up because of this plant. It's
Yeah,
different.
instantly. He's like, we'll just put it in the window. It'll drive Buzz. What's
It's like these people have never seen
He sets it there, and immediately guy goes, "Hey, that's a fascinating plant."
It's like,
and then he's like, "While I'm here, I'll take $50 worth of roses." And they're like, "Holy crap!" And then I like, he's like, "Can you break a 50 or break 100?" And he's like, "No." And he's like, "Well, I guess I'll just have to take twice as many then." And everybody's like, "Twice as many?" Even the bums outside.
It's like these people have never seen a Venus flytrap before. And who's this guy buying 100 roses for? Like, is he cheating on his wife or something?
Maybe.
Later, Cat.
Bye,
Have
Cat.
a good flight.
Safe travel safe. I want you to do this.
Hey, Nicole.
I want you to tell the pilot and the stewardess about our channels. Please do.
Yes. And I get the feeling that here in a couple minutes,
and
Nicole's going to be coming after somebody who's not me on the panel.
I want Kat to do this when she lands. That's what I do every time I land.
These days, that's warranted.
Yeah.
If you survive the plane trip.
Can you not make me nervous? I'm going on a plane trip on next Sunday. Please, just.
Is that what you're going to do when you land?
I do that every time.
Are you going to be like, "Thank the Lord"?
I do that every time.
Do Grease next, so JT has to watch it.
I probably would be okay with Grease. I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like this is a movie that Nicole would like. I don't know. We'll see if she's seen it or not. But
yeah, I'm sure she'd pass. But like I said, we have guests that have been on this channel that really love this movie. So
yeah,
Rhetorical Feral has it in her background.
Does she?
Mm-hmm.
That she has a model of Audrey too?
Yes.
I would never turn my back on that.
That's what she said.
Michael.
Well, now I know what to get Beard. Do you collect any unusual clippings from your lawn?
I do try to preserve some little saplings if it's in an area with it. A couple of areas.
That's what she said.
JT is just doing everything he can to not continue talking about this movie.
I know. Well, yeah. There's they made 6 different Audreys, I want to say, for the film. So there was the little baby one, and I guess you'd call the first one up there like the toddler one.
It's like Groot.
Yeah, kind of like Groot.
And the last one with all the extensions, that was pretty impressive.
Well, just in general, that one is massive. I mean, the third picture on the top. That's
it's crazy. This was real, right? It wasn't like none of this is like CG.
It was a practical effect, but that's when like the plant really, really comes alive. It starts talking, and that whole interaction, and just like the mouth and like the lips on it, just it's not just opening up and closing its mouth. Like you can see it actually like enunciating with its lips. And
so is Audrey a male or female?
I think in one of the songs he refers to himself in the masculine.
Okay,
but I don't think it really matters because obviously Audrey 2 can just like spore and spawn and create.
So is this a general neutral plant?
I guess so.
Okay.
Now I don't want to step on any trivia. Do you have something about film speed in your trivia?
I think I do.
Okay.
I think I do.
I'll hold off just in case.
Well, the other thing though too is the original movie and the play are much darker than this movie.
Oh, really?
Is yes.
So you mean how much darker?
Well, I was gonna say in the DVD I got was actually the director's cut, but it had the theatrical, and I didn't watch the director's cut just because I knew you guys weren't gonna, end up watching that too. But in the original movie, he ends up like killing. I want to say like like a homeless guy. He kills like I think a hooker, and to feed to the plant. And then what happens is like the police are like, trying to solve it, and they know it's going on there. And they come to the shop, and they even suspect him of it. And and what happens is when the plant starts budding, and it opens up its petals, and it's really cheesy, but it's the faces of the people that Seymour had killed and fed to the plants.
Hey, Isaac. I don't like
Isaac.
this movie.
JT hates it.
That's the other thing. This dude, Plant Boy, literally murders everybody and gets away with it.
He only kills one person. What are you talking about? The other person accidentally gets...
No.
Well, I guess he does kind of push him back towards it.
And no one's like, hey, where the shop?
What happened to your boss? Yeah.
Yeah, like...
No, I thought that was funny. But then Seymour, he's like, the police are going to come and arrest me. So he decides to kill Audrey. He takes a machete, gets eaten by it, and then the plant dies, but also the plant buds another bud, and it's...
That would have been a way better movie.
And then the play, Audrey gets killed by the plant, and then Seymour does the same thing. He takes a knife and...
That would have been way better.
Jumps into the plant. But I want to say that I think the plant doesn't die. Maybe it does in the stage play, but the theatrical ending for this was to have that happen.
Yeah.
Where Audrey and Seymour both get eaten by the plant. And then the one guy, what's his name? James Belushi comes along, and they take the trimmings and they start selling them. And then the plant takes over the earth.
Way better ending.
That is the cut that I saw.
Oh, so you did watch the director's cut?
Apparently, yes.
No. This we'll tell the ending later, but you already went into the ending. You did everything way early, but yeah, this they should. Yes, I like those. I like the ending that you described. Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, these people don't deserve a happy life. They belong in jail.
It's rare we see bitter JT.
Okay, we're moving on.
Yeah, he woke up this morning and chose violence.
I did not, because I didn't watch the movie until like noon.
You're like...
And by the way, that plant reminds me of something.
I love you. You love me.
I was going to say, where's the barking dog? That's what I was going to try and play on you.
This is not pre-recorded. Rick's just ignoring people in the chat. Yes, it is like Plant vs. Zombie.
Yeah.
Good to see you, AS Games and Fun. Sounds like a fun channel. What does AS stand for? All right. What's next?
Well, what's next is trivia.
Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. I'm so out of my element because
you're so full of rage.
Yeah.
That's the fact, Jack! That's the fact, Jack!
Well, before we get to trivia, this is going to be you tomorrow night on your channel.
It has been for like the last 3 months, but yes, I guess we'll plug it. Tomorrow on Late Night with Cap. I'm not sure if we have a link yet for the channel for the show, but Rick will join me. We are going to talk about one of the great late night radio hosts from early. I say he was around in the 90s and I would say the early 2000s. Art Bell, and he always talked about the paranormal, Bigfoot. So it's kind of down my alley. So we're gonna pay a little tribute to him. We'll kind of watch some really neat old videos, audio clips. So I do recommend you showing up to that. It's around 8 o'clock Central Time, and I will have guests like R2, Jason Sandberg will be there, Roman the Empire will be there, Animaniacs will be there. Beard was going to be there, but he canceled on me. And then I think that's it. So it should be fun. So follow that link there, hit the bell, and yes, it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a great show. So,
Brad really canceled on you, huh?
He did for Jacob Ironside's show.
Yes. You know what? When I said, hey, there might be a conflict, you said, don't worry, I got a whole bunch of people. I'm like, okay, this will be all right. Now, just everywhere you go, you're just jabbing me in the ribs.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Move this man!
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Art Bell went up to about 2012.
Yeah, 2012. I think he passed away a few years ago.
2018.
So we're gonna talk about him and all the stuff he kind of. I remember watching him when I was listening to him on the way to college late at night. So it's gonna be fun doing that. So check it out. Late Night with Cap. Links in the chat. Whoa. Facts.
Okay, trivia. So wardrobe and props were obtained from New York thrift shops in order to attain a period realism. The most difficult items to find were garbage cans. So set coordinator Tessa Davis drove around in a truck full of new cans, and whenever she saw an old one outside of someone's house, she stopped and offered to trade it. People thought I was crazy, she remarked, which I just thought was funny. But yeah, I mean, all the items in it definitely
that's cool.
Period, and
that's why I said that the set was really nice. The cars, the outfits, everything was, I think, on par. So
yeah, no, they were really, really good. The dental tools used in Dr. Orrin Scrivello's office during Bill Murray's famous scene would again appear in Batman. They're the same tools that are used on Jack Nicholson after he falls into the chemicals with the alleyway plastic surgeon. So coincidentally, Little Shop of Horrors was Nicholson's first movie role in which he plays the masochist patient, just like Bill Murray.
Huh. So 3 years later, they use the same stuff. That's
funny. They use the same tools. And what's funny too is, for a while, Bill Murray they were trying to tap him to play Batman.
That would have been so bad.
I know, but I'm just saying that's even another funny connection there.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in
I'm just sharing information. I didn't make it up. It wasn't my choice to cast him. At the time of its release in 1986, the film was the most expensive production by Warner Brothers.
Oh, wow.
With a budget of $25 million. It even surpassed Aliens, which had a budget of $18 million and was being shot an adjacent stage at Pinewood Studios.
I wonder how much Batman was 3 years later. We did that.
We did that. I mean, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm probably willing to bet Batman was probably 35 or 40 million.
So Batman probably would have been the next.
Yeah. But well, and I was going to say Batman had with some of the special effects going on. Plus, Jack Nicholson took up a bunch of that budget.
I mean, that movie came out in 89, but they probably filmed it in 86 or 87. So
it was all filmed in 88. I mean, all the...
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Interesting.
The young girl leaving the dentist office with her jaw wired before Bill Murray scene is Heather Henson, the daughter of Jim Henson.
That scene was funny.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I think and when I found out that was Jim Henson's daughter, it was funnier. To date, this is the only film in which Steve Martin and Bill Murray appear together.
Wow.
Maybe they don't like each other.
Which I thought was crazy just because of all the time they spent together on SNL. I don't know. I don't think there's any bad blood. I know Bill Murray and Chevy Chase are not big fans of each other. And they've done films together.
Yeah. All right.
And then we got one more part of trivia. If I can get the slide to go. There we go. There are no blue screens or opticals involved of any kind in Audrey 2's scenes. The plants had 6 different stages of growth. And there were 3 versions of the Mushkin's shop set, making it possible for 2 units to work with different size plants at the same time.
That was That was impressive.
Yeah.
That whole setup was impressive. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Each of the talking plants had to be cleaned, repainted, and patched at the end of each shooting day, and would take up to 3 hours depending on the size.
So even the plant had to go through makeup.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet there was probably a rundown set for Mushkin, and there was probably the nicer set that you see later.
Yeah, they get updated.
And then I'm trying to think of like what would have been the third set, but maybe just a different angle.
Yeah, maybe.
With the larger Audrey too, I would imagine would be it, probably from like the window view. So, the scenes which had the two largest Audrey puppets are performing with the actors are filmed at a lower speed, first at 16 frames per second, then at 12 frames per second for the final number. This means that the actors had to move and lip sync in slow motion. And I mean, this is one of those movies too that you can tell was definitely redubbed. Just the way that the audio carries. It doesn't come out naturally. It's very boisterous, right?
Yeah,
so,
very, yes.
But I mean, there are a couple of scenes because it's easy to film at a slower speed with the puppet. It's just the puppet. But like, there's one where Audrey 2 is singing over in the corner, and Rick Moranis' character is walking around. To make it easier for him, like he shoved his hands in his pockets so he didn't have to like sway his arms in a slow motion manner. So he just kind of waddles back and forth, but he had to like do it really slow. Boy, if you try that, that's just awkward. Like to do that at like almost half speed and still look kind of natural. I think they nailed it. It really worked out.
Makes you wonder how many takes did that take, essentially, right? I mean, just to get it. I mean, there was probably a lot of rehearsing for one, but one you also just have to test it to see how it goes. I think if it's even feasible. All the scenes were filmed at Pinewood Studios in England, including what was then the largest studio set in the world, the 007 stage. Not wanting to ruin the fantastical mood of the film, they didn't shoot on location. Part of the giant 007 stage was used to film the Suddenly Seymour number. Due to its size, the stage was impractical to heat properly and caused breathing condensation to appear. This was countered by having the actors put ice cubes in their mouths.
I hated the song.
It's kind of funny because you think of like 10 years later, you had James Cameron come up with the way to make it look like people had, cold breath in Titanic.
Yeah.
So they did the opposite there.
But that Suddenly Seymour song, it was so annoying.
We'll play that in the car. Revisit. Lock you in it.
So Biggle said he loves this movie.
JT hates it.
And he also said if I wasn't during football season, I would have been in this play. Well, that's pretty cool. What would you have done? What character?
I feel like Biggles would have been Seymour.
I think he would have been the dentist. Sorry, continue.
Maybe he would have been like Dwight from The Office. I played Muty, the mailman. This movie and Aliens were both being shot at the same time in adjacent sets at Pinewood Studios. In an interview by several actors from Aliens, it was stated about a set accident involving James Remar. Apparently, his prop gun was loaded with live rounds, and when he shot the gun, it blew a hole into the set of Little Shop of Horrors. Luckily, nobody was hurt.
How does this happen a lot in Hollywood?
I don't know. I don't know why there would have been live ammo. James Remar was the original casting for Hicks, and after a week, he was fired. He was addicted to heroin at the time, and James Cameron found out, so he fired him. Plus, he didn't really mesh well with the actors, even though he did the boot camp with everybody. But he hired Michael Biehn on set, and then the gun that they're talking about, it's the pulse rifle. I mean, that's a Tommy gun or the Thompson. So I mean, that's shooting a .45 caliber bullet. I mean, it's a pretty big, heavy bullet.
You were right.
Yeah, see? I told you.
Teacher wanted him to be Seymour. Well, I didn't like Seymour Biggles, so.
That's all I got for trivia.
Great.
Just let that hang.
Fun fact, JT hated the hell out of this movie.
I didn't hate the hell out of it. I just disliked it.
JT, you need to find the director's cut and just skip to the ending. You'll get some catharsis out of it.
If the ending was different, I might have liked it a little bit more. But I mean, these people got away with highway murder. All because he found a plant at a store and he I don't know. They didn't like it. The special effects were neat. I'll give him that. So.
Well, the one guy that they killed, he was a bad guy.
The dentist?
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad people out there.
Yeah,
Doesn't give you the right to go throw someone into a plant.
Wonderful talent of being able to park his motorcycle without having to put down a kickstand.
Yeah,
that's
just dropped like an anchor. Well, he didn't actually kill him. He killed himself.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
He poisoned himself. He just desecrated a corpse. That's all he did.
Look, I've seen this on murder shows. These people committed murder. It's not a happy ending. It's a sad ending. These people got away with murder.
Rather than see that, JT would like to see all of humanity wiped from the planet of the Earth.
Yes, that would have been a way better movie.
Right at the very ending of that director's cut, it is basically like a kaiju kind of movie where it's just giant plants tearing through buildings.
Can you imagine? That would have been awesome. That would have been cool.
Dude, it's pretty funny, actually.
We get a singing murderer.
Yeah.
Well, anyways.
Okay. It's so funny how bitter you are about
Final thoughts is where we're going. And again, we do our final thoughts now on Criticalist. We actually, which is a review site where you can go out and review movies on criticalist.com. We are starting to do this live on our show. We think it's a great tool. I think everyone should use it instead of all the other different bias review view
20 out of 5. That's not an option.
It's not an option on Criticalist. So Biggles, you need to get on Criticalist. You can also check it out. Little Shop of Horrors, guys. Let's do the slide here because again, that's where we start. So I'm around here. I'm like right around here.
So you're at 20.
Yeah. So anything you add,
okay.
You add top of this.
So Beard, what would you give this?
I give it in the 50s, 50 to 60.
Okay, you're right here then. Okay,
like it's decent. But that's me adding. Like I can see its worth.
Well,
I don't like it, but I understand it.
I was gonna say I would have given this a 65. But if you average it between the three of us, it's 47 then.
We'll do 50, decent, and we'll make sure the notes clarify.
Bell curve this or something to offset JT's like attitude.
Yeah. Graphic language. I don't think there was a lot in there. How much violence?
A bit more. It's not a ton. I would call it a bit more.
Yeah. Yep. We're just gonna.
It's not a ton.
Do that. Okay, fine.
Put it at 50, right in the middle. It's not a lot.
It doesn't show any of it.
Oh my god.
Okay. There is not really. I don't think there's any sexual.
The plant says titty twice.
Okay.
And tries to bite some woman's ass.
Yeah, I thought that was.
And then there's Bill Murray's chocolate bar face.
Candy bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
That's not how you spell titty.
I know. Again, typing on live streams is rough. Friendly? No.
Slightly.
Yeah, slightly.
R2. liked. BL. Okay.
Tolerated.
JT hated it.
Death to all plants.
I didn't think death to all plants.
Death to Seymour.
Pretty much. All right, there we go. That's our review. Now, the other cool thing you can do on Criticlist when you do add a review, you can add a list. So when you can make your own list, and people can go see the other ones that reviewed. So we'll put this in the After the Weekend 80s list, and there we go. So
didn't know if you had a list that was like crap I hated.
No. I don't do that. It's our list.
I know. I know.
So you can also check out, if you go to Criticlist and you wanted to see like the other movies we reviewed or watched, you can see that from our list. So we haven't done all of them.
So Batman has the highest rating.
No, these are in some other order. You have to.
Oh, okay.
These are in some weird order.
The only reason I said that was just the fact that Little Shop of Horrors was at the bottom. I was like, I think this is the lowest rated film.
That's the first one we that's the last one we rated. These aren't.
I gotcha.
Sort
okay.
of. Yeah. So we can do it that way. I think we can edit the list that way. But there it is, criticalist.com. Check it out. If you're not on it, you should.
It's way better than Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, and it's run by Blaine out there. Nice big shout out to him. You'll see Salty Nerd on there. You'll see other review channels on there too. So it's a good thing. All right. Well, there we go.
So me and JT are going to be on his channel tomorrow night.
Yep. Talk about Art Bell. I won't be back on After the Weekend until
You won't be back until May.
No, I won't be back till May. So you can pick another movie that I don't like and you won't hear from me. So
no, let's find something that he's going to say. Why did you pick that while I was gone?
Yeah, you probably won't see me until the 6th.
Well, it's Beard's pick for next week. Do you want to share what we're going to be watching?
It's going to be, I think it's 1980s, The Final Countdown.
I love that song, by the way.
Oh, yes. And influenced by JT here and one of his last shows regarding time slips.
Ooh,
was actually what influenced me to choose that.
Tombstone. No, we have not done Tombstone. It's a little.
We should do a Western month.
We can do old school Westerns. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is a song in a movie. It's a time travel movie.
So, I think the movie came first.
Tune in on. And you're also doing a stream on Saturday without me.
We are. We're doing a Weekend Harder is back, and we've got Untamed Mando as our guest.
Yep. And then that following Monday on the 29th is when you're doing Final Countdown. Right?
Yes. Yep.
There we go. I don't believe you. Well, tune in and watch. Biggles. We need to have him on the channel.
Take out your
again.
anger and bitterness on the chat, JT.
I love Biggles. Biggles is great. He just every time he goes to Vegas, he gets hurt or he gets sick, so he needs a protector. So
he gets hurt.
I thought that's par for the course in Vegas.
What is he doing in Vegas to get hurt?
Well, the first time that I know of that he went to Vegas, he hurt his foot. And then the second time he got sick. I didn't abandon you. I met you.
Like I just imagine like Biggles running and then like getting like a
Chuck
bad
Nerdy abandoned you.
Like carpet burn.
No. I mean, I had shoes that were 4 years older.
Shoes older than that.
His shoe was like flapping. It looked like Audrey. It was like.
Did he have it like duct taped together?
I don't know. He was not feeling very well. I'll tell you that much.
Wow.
Don't drag this man through the mud while he's not here to defend himself.
Well, it's because it's great when he shows up live because
imagine if you had not played football and you wore Seymour in the play, you may have never gotten hurt in Vegas or sick.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he couldn't walk anymore. Alrighty. Well, there we go. That's what's happening. So yeah, tune in tomorrow night on Late Night with Cap. We're going to talk about Art Bell, and then tune in this coming up Saturday for after Weekend Harder with these two and Mando, and then following Monday you'll do final countdown with them too, and I think it's going to be a fun weekend for you guys. So I'm excited. I'll tune in, but I won't be live. All right, everyone, this has been fun. Again, if you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie. Make your own opinion, but just remember that I don't like it. All right, everyone. We'll see you later.
Hated it.
Truck to refrigerators to dumpster, 360 spin onto the palace, backflip gainer into the trash.